Long, long, long ago, in 1888, which may not seem long to you unless you were born then, there was a young lad named Jack. Jack had come to the big city to try out for a baseball team, the Boston Beavers. The Beavers were a great team managed by that legendary figure, Big Lip Leo.
Men, we really got a great ball club here.
Yeah!
There's only one little thing keeps us from being a top team in the country.
What's that, sir?
We've never won a game.
True. In 10 years of competition, the Beavers had never won a single game. But then, Jack joined the team. He had an ace up his sleeve that very well could revolutionize the game of baseball.
Yeah, these magic beans. They'll make me the greatest baseball player in the whole world. At least, I think they will.
Jack was soon to find out, for the following day found Jack's team playing their first game of the season against the Poughkeepsie Pirates. Thanks to some quick thinking in the grandstand, the Beavers led 4-3 in the ninth. If the next man could be struck out, it would be all over and the game would be theirs. Jack was in center field, tensely awaiting the next move. The next Pirate stepped up to the plate. There came the pitch and... Oh, my, he connected beautifully.
There goes the old bull game.
But that's when Jack sprang into action. He quickly pulled out one of his magic beans, planted it, watered it, and then jumped on top of it. There was a rumble, a roar, and before everyone's startled eyes, Jack was carried skyward on a huge beanstalk that grew straight up into the air, and he caught the ball.
You're out!
The fans went wild. The game was over, and the Boston Beavers had finally won a game. Big Lip Leo changed the name of the team to the Boston Beans. And in the weeks that followed, they went on to win game after game with the help of Jack and his magic beans. Jack was now the most valuable member on the team.
Jack, my boy, sweetheart, you are a cotton-picking jewel.
I know.
And he became very famous. Then came the big day for the final game of the season, and they were to play the Giants.
They're gonna be mighty tough to beat, boy.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, but we can do it, kid. All you gotta do is stay on the bean.
The game was on, and it was a fight to the finish right from the start. The Giants were smashing ball after ball high over center field, but Jack always managed to zoom up on his beanstalk and catch them on the fly.
You're out!
The Boston Beans played as they had never played before. The scores shot higher and higher until the last half of the ninth inning, it was even up, 66-66. The Giants had the bases loaded. A home run could win them the game.
Now listen, you guys. You gotta do something about that wise guy out there with the beans, and I got a plan. Now, here's what we do. Whitey, you take the first.
Oh, Jack knew that they were up to something, but he had a magic bean already in his hand and was ready for anything. Then the Giants made their move. They sent Whitey Goober, the biggest hitter on the Giants team, up to bat. A gasp fell over the stadium. Gasp! The fans knew that if Mighty Whitey ever connected with the ball, it would go a mile. Jack knew this too, and just to make sure, he took out an extra bean. Whitey stepped up to the plate. The ball was pitched.
Strike one!
Jack, getting more and more nervous by the minute, decided to use 3 beans and play it real safe. The ball was pitched again.
Strike two!
This was it. The next ball would tell the tale. Whitey was certain to swing at the next ball, and Jack, not willing to take any chances at this point, took out a whole handful of beans. Silence hung over the park like a cloud. The pitcher went into his windup and pitched the ball. Jack, not waiting until the last minute, went into action. He planted the beans, hopped on top, and shot up into the sky on the biggest beanstalk of all at tremendous speed. But Mighty Whitey, instead of slamming into the ball, he just gave it a dainty tap, and it dribbled out into center field. Of course, Jack was much too high to do anything about it.
I goofed!
The Boston Beans were cooked. The game was over, and the Giants won 70-66. Well, there was no joy in the clubhouse that night. And what happened to Jack? Well, that big beanstalk carried him straight up into the sky for hundreds of miles until it finally poked through a strange cloud where Jack saw a huge castle.
Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Fee-fi-fo-fum. You know, I had a feeling we'd get around to this sooner or later.
Whitey.